It would be wrong to say it was swaying from side to side. It was actually shaking rather intensely. The room I was in, it was shaking from side to side. The shaking was quite irregular. Just when you thought it was a series of small shakes, it would suddenly shake violently. And every time that happened, I'd have to steady myself with my foot. I couldn't stand up very well, but for me, it was comforting. I never thought not knowing what to expect could be so fun, so I was feeling rather excited. But I figured I'd get bored of that feeling soon enough. That's what I was expecting. For me, a person who is loved by talent, detecting regularities among irregularities won't be that difficult. Ah, how boring. Do you like ships? On the other side of the dark room, I heard a voice. It was clearly directed at me. You looked like you were having fun, so that's what I assumed. You do like ships, right? Ships? Ah, that's right. That's it. So this is a ship. You just realized that now. Is it really that funny? Hey, if you want, care to talk a little? The silence was starting to bore me. Instantly, I saw his true character. The overfamiliar attitude, the friendly smile. But under that thin skin, I could detect a foul, offensive odor, like some kind of putrid slime. In a sensible way, of course. How should I put this? It was a smell exclusive to those who were already finished. Nice to meet you. I'm Nagito Komaeda. Anyway, lucky me. It's been a while since anyone was willing to talk to me, so to share a room with a person like that... Yup, I'm definitely lucky. Lucky? Ah, so that's your talent then. What a boring... Oh wait, wrong person, right? What a boring talent. A boring talent, huh? Well, that's exactly what it is. But for someone I'm meeting for the first time to say that so suddenly... That's because I have luck as well. Huh? Even I possess a talent as boring as luck. Possess? Huh? I'm starting to get really interested. Who are you? You're obviously from Hope's Peak Academy too, right? So you're one of us? Ah, but that's weird. This is the first time I've ever seen you. Hey, can you tell me why you're here? How did you end up here? How boring. Ah, sorry. I'm often told that I'm terrible at making conversation. Not you. This world. Huh? This world is full of boring people. People who lack talent stick together and oppress those who do possess talent. Even though they know they're insignificant, they don't try to acknowledge their true superiors. They are profoundly desperate to drag them down to their level. And because of these bastards, the world has come to a deadlock. This world has stopped evolving. How boring. Well, the world is shaped by the will of the majority. It makes sense that it bends to those who lack talent. That's why we're in our present situation. Perhaps that does that have anything to do with the reason you're here? Boring people make no contributions to the world, not even a speck of dust. That's why my teachers taught me that a certain degree of selection must be performed. Looks like they had high expectations for you, huh? That's completely different from me. But what are you planning to do now that you've ended up like this? There's nothing you can do, right? Listen well, using people is a talent too. It is now my turn to use that person just as they used me in the past. That person? Are you talking about ultimate despair? But how? I mean, they're already... I have it with me. The contribution that person left to me, even now it rests in my pocket. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm definitely lucky. I can't believe I'm speaking with someone as amazing as you. What's in its pockets is precious. Then will I be able to see her again? Oh, look at that hand. That's very interesting. Nagito, why do you have a woman's hand over there on the other side, and why is it backwards? Will I be able to see the person I hate with every fiber of my being again? Remember, that's the hand that he had wrapped up the whole time, when we were on the island. Also, hi there everyone, Oversoul here, and welcome back to Danganronpa 2. I forgot that I had to do the voices for this prologue. I thought it was voiced, so I thought I thought I was just gonna let it play out and then I'd do the intro, but nope, I had to get straight into it. My bad. But anyways, here's the intro, and there's Nagito, the revelation of why Nagito's hand has been covered this whole time. Why is it different? I'll give you a hint. I'm not gonna tell you yet, but I'll give you a hint. That's not his hand. That's not his hand. I mean, it's attached to him, but it's not his hand. Will I be able to see the person I hate with every fiber of my being again? And this time, will I be able to kill her this time? The person I hate so much? Hate? Then explain your hand. Ah, this? The end of that bandage is a woman's hand, right? Isn't it amazing? I can't move it, of course. I mean, it's not my hand after all. But even now, it still hasn't rotted. Hey, maybe that means it's becoming one with me. Isn't it amazing? I have successfully become one with ultimate despair, my sworn enemy. I see. So you salvaged the body. You really are a boring person. Boring? I would say more like fucking demented. I don't want you to misunderstand. I just see her as my enemy, you know? So I fucking cut her hand off her corpse and glued it to me. Because she's my sworn enemy, because I hate her so much. That's why I took her power, and for that I... Wait, huh? Do I hate her? Huh, that's strange. Huh? Ah, look out the window. We're finally here. You're starting to see it too, right? That's Jabberwock Island, isn't it? Isn't it exciting? I wonder what's going to happen on that island once we get there. What's going to happen? I can already predict what will happen. Huh? I already know because I am loved by talent. But no matter what happens, it is of no concern to me. I will not be able to participate in what lies ahead. Huh? Really? I don't really understand, but I guess we have to part ways for a while. Oh, that's disappointing. We seem to get along pretty well. Hey, can I see you again? There is no reason we'll ever meet again. After all, you are boring. Your talent, your thoughts, your entire existence is boring to me. You really don't play along, do you? Well, who was Nagito talking to on his boat trip to this island? Very weird, yes. It was from the protagonist's perspective, but surely it couldn't be. Huh? Also, I don't know if I really need to spell this out for you or not, but in case it wasn't blatantly obvious, yes. Nagito found Junko's corpse after the events of the first game and severed her hand off her dead body and apparently severed off his own hand and replaced it with hers for whatever fucking reason. But I will tell you this, it's not just him. There were, you remember, I think I told you either in the first game or in Ultra Despair Girls about the Remnants of Despair, which was a group of people that helped Junko bring despair to the world by using their abilities to, help. Anyways, they, basically they fucked the world up. They rained chaos down upon it. Well, some of those members of that group also did things to Junko's corpse that range from gross to downright horrifying. And I will say this, not to, give away too much too early, but one of the things, Nagito wasn't the only one that took a body part, I'll put it that way. Someone took an eyeball. Yeah. And another one of them did unspeakable things that I can't say on YouTube with her corpse. I am not kidding. It's bad. But we're actually going to learn all about that here very soon, trust me. What is this? It's a door. There's a door. Huh? A door? Why is a door here? Where am I? How did I get here? Where am I supposed to go? And why does this feel like deja vu all of a sudden? Huh. Huh? Isn't this a classroom? But even so, it's a very strange classroom. Why am I in a place like this? I went inside the ancient ruin with everyone else. Well, if the ancient ruin fucking looks like Hope's Peak Academy, then maybe it stands to reason that you're probably inside Hope's goddamn motherfucking Peak Academy. God damn it. God, why is everyone dumb? And I arrived at a place that looked like a trial ground, but then why? It's not connecting. I don't know why I'm here. I walked through a door and I ended up in another place. It's like that's how doors work or something. It's like there's no connection between how I left the trial ground and how I ended up here. Oh yeah, the trial ground. Don't even overthink that. Just whatever. It's just like before. When we were all gathered in that classroom, just like before, we arrived at Jabberwock Island. But where is this place? Is it somewhere on Jabberwock Island? What in the bleeding fuck?
Ahem, ahem. Testing. Mic check 1, 2. This is a test of the school broadcast system. Am I on? Can everyone hear me? Okay, well then.
Oh, this brings back memories.
Welcome to Hope Speak Academy, you guys. At this point, I shall explain the graduation exam to you all. So please assemble at the gymnasium immediately.
Huh? Did he say what I think he just said? Yes, he definitely said it. He said, "Welcome to Hope Speak Academy." But, why would this place be Hope Speak Academy? And not just that, what is the graduation exam? Isn't the killing over already? Oh no. Also, there are hidden Monokumas in this final chapter. Not that it fucking matters anymore.
No.
Not that it matters anymore, on account of even though we get the coins, there's not really anything we can spend them on in the last chapter because there's no free time. It's just story and investigation. Even the hallway doesn't feel like a school at all. What a creepy place. At least it doesn't look like a normal school at all. It's definitely a lie. There's no way this place is Hope's Peak Academy. Is this creepy place the Hope's Peak Academy that I've admired for so long? It's probably a building that Monokuma made to startle us, just like the funhouse. That's right. That's definitely it. Monokuma said to come to the gymnasium, right? Then I'll go, and definitely clear things up. Well, not like we have much of a choice. Because we can't go that way, and we can't go that way. They are literally blocking us, like, physically, like, in the most fourth wall breaking way possible. Don't worry, though, there's good reason for that, actually. It'll all make sense soon. Trust me. We gotta go straight to the Nasium of Gymnast. Literally no other door will open, no other path is available, it's just this. The Gymnasium is here, right? Alright, I'm going inside. Something might be waiting, but I'm not going to cower away anymore. And so, I braced myself and cautiously opened the door. And now Chapter 6 officially begins! I wasn't prepared for what was waiting for me on the other side of that door. It was a normal gymnasium.
Damn right.
Yo, Hajime!
Yo,
You heard the announcement and came here too? You guys did too, right?
What's going on?
Hey, what do you make of all this? Monokuma said this place was Hope's Peak Academy or something?
That is...
That cannot be possible.
Well, yeah.
You're right. Anyway, you look at it, it's impossible. Hello! How does it feel to return to the long-awaited Hope's Peak Academy? Isn't this just like that part in Dead Space 2 where you go back to the Ishimura? Isn't it? Isn't it?
Why, you...
Oh shit, did I skip something? Oh, no, okay.
You.
Hey, where are we? Where'd you lock us up this time?
That's...
What a shock! I just told you guys this is Hope's Peak Academy!
Of course not!
There's no way in hell that's true.
no.
Oh, but it is. I mean, this is definitely Hope's Peak Academy. Well, what's left of it anyway? What's left of it?
What?
Didn't I tell you before? Unfortunately, Hope's Peak Academy fell to ruin.
Lies.
You were serious about that?
Stupid fool!
But of course it fell to ruin. I mean, they were doing things that they deserve to be ruined for. Well, what do you mean?
I don't like this.
Anyway, I'm pretty disappointed. I went to all this trouble to bring you to Hope's Peak Academy, and you don't feel surprised or nostalgic.
Fine.
Oh well, it's not like I did this for you guys. Even if you don't feel nostalgic, I'm sure someone is feeling nostalgic right now. Someone?
Don't fuck with me!
Enough with this bullshit! Just spit it out already! Where'd you take us, you bastard? Though I am not certain of my memories, I believe we entered the ancient ruin and...
In other words,
It means... I made this Hope's Peak Academy between the door to the ruin and the inside of the ruin. What do you mean between?
Hey!
What do you mean made?
what's this?
Oh my! Are your minds getting the grumblies that only knowledge can satisfy? Good. Very good. It's fine to hurry along to the graduation exam, but it's in my nature to provide a little entertainment. Entertainment? You're planning to make us do something, aren't you?
No way!
Yes, I want you all to dress in Hawaiian skirts and coconut bras and do the hula. It's nothing to be so cautious about. It's not like you'll be making life exchanges or anything like that.
Shing!
It's just as simple a graduation exam.
Huh?
Then, what is the graduation exam?
Hey,
Well, as the headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know? On one hand, I'm really happy that you're finally going to graduate.
are you sure
But
about
on the
this?
other hand, I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world.
So,
That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision. Whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island or stay here. Huh? We're obviously gonna get out. There's no way we'd stay here.
That's right.
This is annoying. Just hurry up and let us choose. Let us choose right now.
no.
You can't do that. The main cast hasn't arrived yet. Main cast?
Hey,
Meaning, you guys are just extras. Until the guest of honor arrives.
Damn it!
So enough complaining already. Hurry up and start researching the outside world. What do you mean?
Uh-huh.
I have dispersed all the teaching materials you need for your research throughout Hope Speak Academy. Well, I don't think this needs to be said, but all the information is accurate and contains no lies whatsoever. Otherwise, the main cast is gonna hate me. So, please rest assured and strive to do your best during your field trip. And as usual, after leaving us with his cryptic words, Monokuma disappeared. Even if the setting had changed, even if the killing was finished, he was still the same as usual. What is going on? Outside world? Main cast? Somehow I have a bad feeling about this.
Hey!
Like, he kept insisting that this place is Hope Speak Academy. But that's impossible, right?
What are you saying?
How'd we make it back to Hope Speak Academy from a tropical island in the first place? It's impossible.
It cannot be.
There is no place for Hope Speak Academy to exist on Jabberwock Island. I said I wanted to go back, but I don't want to go back to a creepy place like that. What does this mean? So many things I don't understand have happened on the island. This building is really Hope Speak Academy? This is the Hope Speak Academy I'd been admiring for so long? What in the world is going on? Damn it, why is this happening? Why? I was finally able to attend Hope Speak Academy. I finally thought I'd become confident in myself. Even so, I wanted to become Hope? If that's what you're thinking, just stop it. Listen carefully. The only humans worthy of becoming Hope possess amazing talents and a strong will. And the moment you're born into this world, you either have that or you don't. It has nothing to do with effort. You must be chosen by Hope to become Hope. That's why it's not even worth admiring. Or were you so blinded by your admiration for Hope Speak Academy that you couldn't even see that? You're just some nobody from the reserve course who never had a talent to begin with. A nobody who forgot he was a nobody, that's all. If I really am a nobody, then you should have just left me alone. Why? Why do I have to go through something like this? Hajime, did something happen? Huh?
Hey, bastard!
Now's not the time to zone out. Sorry, it's nothing. I don't really get it, but is that all?
I'm gonna do it!
As long as I don't beat the crap out of Monokuma, nothing's gonna be solved. Is that what this means?
Hey,
Just what the heck is Monokuma anyway? He's not part of the Future Foundation, right? If you say that, then what is the Future Foundation?
jeez.
Even though Chiaki and Monami are gone, our situation hasn't changed one bit, which means the Future Foundation wasn't our enemy. That's the only thing I can think of.
You serious?
So they're not World Ender? Then we really were tricked by Monokuma. However, the Future Foundation is responsible for trapping us on this island, right? Regarding that matter, I believe Monami never once denied that.
Damn it.
Even if there are allies, they might not just be allies. Maybe Monokuma is telling us to investigate that information on our own. Chiaki said she could not betray the Future Foundation. But if she were still alive, she definitely would have helped us. No, even her just being with us would have been a big help. So, what should we do?
Damn it.
Well, that's obvious. If we're gonna get out of here safely, we'd have to do that graduation exam, right?
So annoying.
Graduation exam, huh? I'm not really good at taking exams. Well, I guess it's better than people dying.
Jeez.
Monokuma said something about a field trip, right? Is he telling us to investigate like we have been?
All right!
All right, I'm gonna do it.
Prepare yourself.
Like,
Yeah, we might be able to learn about something about Hope's Peak Academy, about ourselves. I don't care if we don't know anymore. If we could just go back to our normal lives, I'm fine. Hey, we can go home when this is over, right? We can finally get off this damn island, right? If that's the case, let's all leave this island alive by any means.
Of course!
Hell yes! He's right. Now's not the time to bemoan how unlucky I am. Where this place really is, what's happened to Hope's Peak Academy? None of that matters. What's important is, I need to leave this island with the others. We sacrificed so many lives in order to survive just so we could do that. There's no way we can stop now. But Monokuma should already know that that's what we were thinking. So why did he say that? We have to decide on our own whether or not we want to leave Jabberwock Island. He should already know that we'd never choose to stay on this island.
Hey!
So what are we gonna do? Can we start already? But what are we even looking for? Do we just have to investigate this weird-ass building?
even so.
Even so, I don't think we'll find the answers to all our questions inside this damn building. Well, I'll just go on ahead for now.
Whoa!
Hey, you're already going?
Jeez.
What is that idiot thinking, running ahead without being cautious?
Man.
She obviously isn't thinking about anything.
However,
It will be fine. There will no longer be any situations where we must exchange each other's lives.
all right!
So we should do our best as well. Like they say, it is not scary if everyone stops at a green light. If we stopped at the green light, we'd never reach our goal.
Jeez. You're
Akane.
pathetic.
Akane already took off on her own. It might be faster if we split up and look around too. Like Sonia said, if there's no more killing, we don't have to worry about anyone betraying us anymore. Then let's get this over with and go home.
Later.
I'll go on ahead. I'll see you guys later. With those brief words, Fuyuhiko left the gymnasium.
Excuse me.
I shall do my best to obtain a wonderful clue that will be useful to everyone. Now then, please excuse me. Sonia took a deep bow, then left the gymnasium.
Oh my.
Miss Sonia.
Miss Sonia!
Miss Sonia, please don't leave me. I'll be in danger if I'm left alone. Kazuichi chased after Sonia, who had just departed, and left the gymnasium. I should hurry and start too. Just a bit more. Just a bit more, and it's going to end. I promise. I can escape this nightmare and return to my usual peaceful everyday life. Oh my god, who's talking now? Hajime or me? The only thing we can do is advance toward that hope. Even though I don't understand, and that a lot of horrifying things keep happening. For the sake of everyone who couldn't make it this far, I'm definitely going to go home. All the people who died will definitely care that I made it out. Another hidden Monokuma.
I knew you could do it.
I love that fucking half matrix glitch thing on him. That's interesting, isn't it? Yes. Alright. Alright. Oh, I'm just immediately on the 5th floor. Okay. Huh? So that's weird. This is the hallway I walked through to get to the gymnasium, but it's clearly different. Is this Monokuma's doing too? Is he trying to confuse us again? I don't know how he's doing it, but he keeps doing it over and over again. He's so persistent. But I'm not gonna fall for his trap. There's no way this will make me back down. Those visual glitches are happening in the game, by the way. Don't worry, your TV's fine. This hallway, there is a strange feeling to it, no? As if an invisible wall has been erected to limit our movement.
I am concerned.
Is it just me? Nah, I feel like I'm in the Assassin's Creed Animus. Anyways, we're gonna go to the dojo first. You remember this place, right? This was the floor where, what the fuck? Junko's sister died. Well, Junko's sister died way earlier in the game, but this is the floor where her body was left for that, like, murder mystery that we almost couldn't solve. Is this a dojo? It's full of strange things that make me think there's no way we're inside a school. Perhaps it's a mistake to expect the inside of this building to make sense. Okay. What is this? Is this a manga? The title is Manga for Morons, A History of Hope Speak Academy by Monokuma. Why is a manga with such a suspicious-looking title laying out in the open like this? Well, let's start with the history first, class.
Hey,
Reading manga is the third best way to learn about history. That's when it... then what's the first, you ask? That depends on the person. So, just as I thought, Monokuma made this. That totally explains how suspicious it looks. I really want to just ignore it, but there's no way I can do that. Fine, I'll look at it. I'll look at anything that might be a clue to getting out of here, no matter what it is. I picked up the manga off the floor and started flipping through the pages. What is the cat thing? Who are the characters on the front? Though they weren't in the first game. It's an introduction to Hope Speak Academy's history, as narrated by the cutesy character on the cover. Oh, okay. The story begins with an introduction to Hope Speak Academy. Hope Speak Academy is a government-funded school of privilege where only the most talented high school students can hope to attend. Built to raise hope in the nation's future, many of its alumni are key leaders of various industries. New students are chosen through a scouting process, but the ones who scout them are Hope Speak Academy's teachers, who serve as both educators and researchers of talent. Hope Speak Academy isn't just a school for talent, it's also a school for researching talent as well. However, for the past few years, Hope Speak Academy has been suffering from a decline in funding. If this persists, the Academy believes they will not be able to make progress with their research of talent. So they decided to implement a new system, the Reserve Department. Unlike the main department, who scouts for students, the Reserve Department utilizes a general entrance exam. Normal faculty was hired and placed in charge of looking after the Reserve Department. The expenses and exam fees for the Reserve Department are quite high compared to most high schools. Nevertheless, Hope Speak Academy received an endless stream of applicants. Hope Speak Academy was now available to talentless commoners, people who only cared about the brand. With this, Hope Speak Academy managed to amass sizable funds and began further research of talent. To create Hope Speak Academy's earnest wish, a true genius who would become mankind's hope. But just when they thought everything was going well, an unprecedented incident occurred. The incident that triggered the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. That's right, it was the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy was crippled by this incident and was forced to shut down without accomplishing anything. The end. That's such an abrupt ending. I love it. Oh my god. Huh? The ending was so sudden, like a manga that's suddenly canceled in the middle of its run. Plus, these phrases mentioned at the end of the manga, the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy, these names are so melodramatic. There's no way these incidents really happened, right? This manga only mentions the names, so I don't really know the details, but no, it'd just be a waste of time to wonder about things that don't make sense. More importantly, I learned something because of this manga. The reserve department. That department was only built to collect money. I was one of those reserve corps students, right?
But hold on.
That's weird. Oh, you're here again?
Shing!
Ah, the thing that's weird is you, of course. Huh?
Hey!
Why did you forget that you were part of the reserve department? The Future Foundation only took away your school life memories, right? But you should have known even before you entered that you had no talent, right? So I think it's weird that you actually forgot something like that, too. Well, what do you want me to say?
By the way...
Based on my assumption, the Future Foundation must have wanted to hide the fact that you were one of those reserve corps students.
I got it!
Or you willingly sealed those memories yourself. Huh? You wanted to be confident in yourself, so you wanted to forget everything that embarrassed you. You know, when humans experience trauma, sometimes they erase their memory of what happened. It happens pretty often. Not that I'd know anything about that, though. Are you saying it's my fault I forgot? That's not it.
Come on!
When things get inconvenient, you always get angry and try to brush it off. Well, that's expected of a reserve corps student. Damn it, what the heck? Oh man. Oh man. Things are getting too spicy for the pepper. We're gonna go to classroom 5A. Where the fuck am I going? Yeah, 5A, where is it? Ah, here it is. Why didn't we go there first? I don't know why we didn't go there first. It was... I don't know. Another book. Is this another manga? It's laying on top of the desk. Oh, that's right. You have to hit these rooms in a certain order in order to get pieces of the story revealed one at a time. This one is Manga for Morons, The Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Huh. Oh, now you're gonna learn what happened. Wasn't The Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy mentioned in that other manga, too? It's why Hope's Peak Academy went bankrupt, and it was the trigger for the biggest, most tragic, most awful event in human history. And the whole thing started with Junko. If I read this manga, will I be able to learn a little more about that incident? I took the manga from the desk and started flipping through the pages to see what I could learn about the event known as the Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. The story made heavy use of outdated, stylized drawings depicting characters solving mysteries. What's written here is, as the name suggests, the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy occurred at Hope's Peak Academy. The key player in that event was a student named Izuru Kamakura. Now, if you're wondering, Izuru Kamakura is the person at the end of Ultra Despair Girls that smashed their hands inside both of the those Monokuma bots, Shirokuma and Korokuma, and took the Junko AI out of them. So Izuru Kurakuma has been running around out there somewhere with Junko AI in his possession. And he was also a key player in the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Izuru was a genius known as a symbol of hope. Hope's Peak Academy used all their resources to develop him. Supposedly, Izuru was a genius among geniuses, and possessed various talents. Wielding superior talent for the hope of mankind, the Academy referred to Izuru as the Ultimate Hope. Well, sorry, but that's Makoto now. To protect such rare talent, the Academy completely concealed all evidence of Izuru's origins and identity. Because of that, most of the students at the Academy were completely unaware of Izuru's existence. But Izuru, who was known as the symbol of hope, was responsible for a horrible incident. 13 students of Hope's Peak Academy Student Council, among the Academy's best and brightest, were brutally murdered by Izuru. That's not completely true. They actually brutally murdered each other. Alright, time for another sneak peek at the Danganronpa 3 anime, the Despair arc. So, remember in the first game when we were exploring one of the upper floors and we found this one classroom that was completely destroyed and filled with blood, and I said that we would come back to that later? Well, now is later. This is what happened. Izuru Kurakuma oversaw what was actually one of the first killing games to ever happen. And what happened was, he took that entire classroom of 13 students that were all part... The student council members were all part of the same classroom. They were all in the same classroom that day. And basically, they were all locked in there together and told that they had to kill each other if they wanted to escape. I can't remember exactly how they were finally convinced to do it, if it was like poisoners in their system or something. But as you can see by the footage that I'm putting up here, they fucking slaughtered each other. Look at that shit. I'm talking... Oh my god, it was... Yeah, and the blood is red, too, not pink like this shit in the video games. Like, that anime goes all out. Look at that shit. Yeah, so yeah, this was actually, I think, technically the first killing game. It wasn't the first victim, though. These were not Junko's first victims, though. And yes, these 13 student council members definitely count as Junko's victims, because this wouldn't have happened without her. Without her influence. Izuru was working for her when he did this. But these were not Junko's first victims. Her first victim is actually a teacher. And then, well, I don't want to spoil who her second victim was, but we'll come back to that very soon as well. Because that ties in very importantly to a lot of shit that's been happening in this game. Alright, anyways, moving on. However, the incident did not end there. The Academy tried to protect Izuru's superior talent and concealed the incident as though it never happened. However, a certain student began working in secret to use that incident to their advantage. That student uncovered what the Academy did, and by making that knowledge public, it stoked the fires of the Reserve Corps students who had long been dissatisfied with how they'd been treated. And then the uprising began. And that heralded Hope's Peak Academy's destruction. This is the entirety of the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. It's not entirely, so they retcon some things with the Danganronpa 3 anime, but basically, long story short, Junko, they're basically trying to say here that Izuru killed all those students, and then Junko learned about it and took advantage of that to start an uprising. But Junko was actually behind that the whole time, and those students killed each other, is the difference in the anime. But Junko did start the uprising of the Reserve Corps. She basically used that tragedy to manipulate the masses, and then they started protesting, and it became a whole thing. But that's not the end of it either. There's more. There's another thing that happened, but we'll get there later, because the amount of people that died in the tragedy is actually going to be given to us by Monokuma. I distinctly remember him saying an exact number at some point in this game. So we'll cover that when we get to it. Eventually, that incident would lead to that horrifying, devastating incident. The incident that would be known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Yeah, it started with Hope's Peak Academy, And I'm telling you, the death toll was in the thousands already to begin with, just at the school. But then it went beyond the school and became a worldwide incident, as you saw at the end of the first game and during the events of Ultra Despair Girls, where it's basically a fucking apocalypse outside right now. So, it started at the school and it just spread across the world from there. We're excited. Danganronpa /0. Yeah. That's an actual book, by the way. There is a book called Danganronpa 0 that takes place between the Danganronpa 3 anime Despair arc. Or no, it takes place during the events of the Despair arc of the Danganronpa 3 anime and focuses on Junko and this boy that she had feelings for. It's a whole thing. It's pointless and it's stupid and you don't need to know what happened in it. It's not important. Trust me. You can look it up if you're curious, but I'm not gonna bother with it. With a heavy sigh, I close the manga. Am I supposed to believe this? There's no way 13 people were killed at Hope Speak Academy. Bro, more than 13 people, way more. That was just the start. What irony! For a genius known as the Ultimate Hope to cause such a gruesome incident. A talent like that is too regal for society. It's like trying to buy juice with a bar of gold. Oh, you should be lucky that you're incompetent. Damn it, he always has to lead up to something offensive. He seriously pisses me off. But Ultimate Hope. Nagito mentioned that before too, but it looks like it means something completely different here. What Nagito said was the true meaning of hope. But for Izuru, hope simply means talent. More importantly, a genius who possesses various talents. I wish they had given me one of those talents so I didn't have to be in the reserve department. That's right, the reserve department. Here it said that the reserve department students in the reserve department began uprising. Then what about me? Was I a participant too? Yeah, you got your ass kicked by one of the teachers, dude. No, that's not possible. There's no way. I have no reason to do something like that. Anyway, I've learned about the tragedy of Hope Speak Academy, but the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is a far worse incident, right? What kind of incident was it? And who's this other student that isn't Izuru? A certain student who secretly used the incident to their advantage? Who is that? This incident is really messed up, but all it's doing is raising more questions. The mysteries just keep piling up. And they're gonna keep piling, gonna keep piling, gonna keep piling. Well, we're wildin', gonna go crazy and look some clues. Next up, the biolab. It's where we kept the bodies in the first game. They turned it into a makeshift morgue. What the hell is with this room? It's frickin' cold in here. It's like I'm in a freezer or something. If I just stand still, I might end up freezing to death. I should hurry up and investigate so I can get out of here already. Alright then, stop talking. Also, hidden Monokuma.
I've been found.
At this point, these really only matter if you're going for the trophy, which I already fucked up on. Or if you're gonna do another playthrough, the coins will carry over. Or the coins will carry over into island mode, which unlocks after this, which is like the dating sim mode. You can use them to buy gifts and shit. Also, like, there's a trophy for having all the gifts possible, so you do need coins for that too. There's another manga just lying around here. This time the title is Manga for Morons, the biggest, most blah blah blah, most awful blah blah blah, and blah 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 history blah. Alright, I knew it! The next one would obviously be about this incident. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, huh? Just what was that incident really all about? It might turn out to be something lame. I flipped through the pages of the manga and hoped that I was right. But no. Hopes are for dopes. A story about creepily drawn characters who get involved in such horrifying incidents. An incident known as the biggest, most blah... Damn it, stop saying that! Is this drawn so grotesquely because the incident itself is that grotesque? Anyway, the beginning of this creepy manga starts with this sentence. The tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was simply the trigger. At first, the uprising by the Reserve Corps students that triggered the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was initially hoped to be resolved quickly, but the situation continued to escalate to dangerous extremes. The movement started spreading all over the internet and fostered a thriving online community. The community was not limited to students, and people of various races and nations began joining in. But the movement was not confined to the internet, and began spreading and eroding the real world. When the movement started, it was indistinguishable from any other demonstration inspired by social unrest. But as it spread across the world, certain abnormalities soon came to light. By then it was too late. The ends and the means had vanished, and wanton destruction became their only goal. The strong butchered the weak. The weak killed the weakest among them. And soon the weak formed factions to brutally murder the strong. As the violence and death continued to spread, the shock of their actions began to disappear, as if the era was regressing to more uncivilized times, when the senseless deaths were the norm. The media was oversaturated with deaths to the point where people would watch them while enjoying a meal. By the time the world realized what it had become, it was too late to stop what had happened. A feeling of immense despair began spreading and eventually engulfed the world. Acts of terrorism and coups de grace began occurring around the world. A war waged in the name of despair. A war fought not for principles, religion, or personal gain. Just war. Pure war. And because of that, there was no way to resolve it. How could a movement started by high school students progress to such a hopeless scenario? The only explanation is the existence of a certain organization, devoted to a certain student who influenced Hope's Peak Academy. A group called Ultimate Despair. Instead of using Hope's Peak Academy's talents for the sake of mankind's hope, they used them for the sake of mankind's despair. Key members of society used their influence to brainwash the masses in order to spread despair. Tech-savvy computer programmers wrote software to spread despair. The powerful and influential created new values and morals to spread despair. And with this, they created the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. As long as ultimate despair exists, the despair engulfing the world will never end. The tragedy will never end. My heart was racing in my chest, but my body felt ice cold. And it wasn't because I was freezing in this room. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, this is definitely all made up. I mean, if this is really true, then what's happening in the outside world? My family, my friends, the convenience store I frequent, the nearby bookstore, my favorite restaurant? What's happened to them?
No way!
Hey, are you seriously yelling at a manga? How crazy are you? Who would enjoy reading something like this?
What?
Oh my, you don't like manga? A high school student who doesn't like manga is like an office lady who doesn't like to eat candy. Enough. What is this messed up manga? I thought you'd obviously know about such a horrible event that destroyed the world, but for you not to remember that, such despair. That's the Future Foundation's fault, though, thanks to them stealing your school memories. The incident that happened during that period has been completely removed from your brains. Did this incident really happen, and I actually forgot about it? There's no way that's possible.
What are you saying?
How many times do I have to tell you? All the clues here are real.
Hello.
Please understand, I'm rooting for you. If you don't learn about the full extent of the outside world, you guys will suffer for it. I just want to help you guys so you can live well-adjusted lives in the outside world. I see. So that's how it is. That's what he meant by what he said at the beginning. Well, as the headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know? On one hand, I'm really happy that you're finally going to graduate. But on the other hand, I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world. That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision. Whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island or stay here. He's trying to make us feel despair toward the outside world so we'll want to stay on this island. But there's no way I'm going to do what he wants. Despair like that simply can't exist. The outside world should be filled with hope. Just like now. Perhaps, no, that's definitely it. The tragedy has been added to the truth bullets of your handbook, yes. Whether or not this incident really happened, what in the world is this ultimate despair group? If they're devoted to a certain student who guided Hope Speak Academy to its destruction, are they connected to both the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope Speak Academy? Plus, that organization isn't just one person, but a group of people. But if they're known as Ultimate Despair, they're high school students, right? Well, if they were actually able to do it, then I guess that's why they were called Ultimates. Then, are the killings we're involved in connected to them as well? It's no use. I'm going to freeze to death. I'm at my limit. I need to get out of here. Shivering, I ran out of the freezing room. Next. Ooh, that was close. I nearly froze to death. So where should I go next? Well, next will be classroom 5B. Not 5C, we're not there. 5B, which wasn't open before, and now is, and I don't, it's, here we go. That's right, 5B. No, I should ignore it. I'm just going to pretend I didn't see him. No, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna talk to him. It's Mana motherfucking Kuma after all.
Hiya!
Why, hello, Hajime! I hope you're doing pleasingly well. Are you pleasingly well? You're pleasingly well, right? What are you doing here?
No.
Well, there was another thing I needed to tell you on this floor. I got bored of drawing manga. Can you forgive me for telling you by word of mouth? You should have done that from the beginning. I didn't want to read your manga in the first place. A high school student who doesn't like manga is like a sumo wrestler who doesn't like eating hot pots. I'm getting really fed up with your babbling. Hurry up! What did you need to tell me? It's about that key piece of information you've been waiting so long for.
What?
Surprise! It's about Ultimate Despair! Huh? Ahem! Even though the term Ultimate Despair refers to a group these days,
Actually...
it was originally the title for a high school girl who was the most powerful, evil, and feared person alive. A high school girl?
Yes, indeed.
Lady Junko Enoshima. Junko Enoshima?
Hey,
As the former Ultimate Despair, she created a despair brimming with charm and humor. And created the Ultimate Despairs, There was one really horrible person in that group.
Don't fuck with me!
Hold on a sec. I don't know what the Ultimate Despairs are, but it's not that easy to form an organization. There's no way people would join some fucked up organization created by a high school girl.
Unbelievable.
Right, no, but they'll join a fucked up organization run by a high school boy, right? Fuyuhiko, Mr. Yakuza. Anyways. Humans who are obsessed with their philosophy have an uncanny power to attract others. Yeah, it's called a cult. It's a trait shared by many famous leaders throughout history, right? There's nothing strange about it.
Hey,
That holds true for Lady Junko. With her charismatic ability to attract people, she even influenced those in the highest echelons of power.
Phew.
Her connections were the main reason that the incident became the tragedy in the first place. So she even recruited people who would have been in a position to neutralize the threat?
Huh?
Then what was their purpose?
Huh?
What? Oh, like I said, why did they cause that incident? It doesn't even make sense. They had a purpose, right? There's no way they'd do what they did without any purpose.
Hey,
It was Junko Inoshima's despair. Huh? For Junko Inoshima, despair isn't about purpose, a set of principles, a way of life, or an instinct. Despair is what defines Junko Inoshima as Junko Inoshima. What are you saying? I'm a stuffed plushie. Hajime is a human. It's exactly like that. Junko Inoshima is full of so much despair that she's truly hopeless. Living, dying, eating, loving, for her, everything is despair. What the hell? With her overwhelming force of personality, Junko recruited the ultimate despairs one by one. She controlled their despair by taking advantage of their love, hate, grudges, anything really. Junko's despair is far more dreadful than any other. That idea had been slammed right into their minds. And so, the ultimate despairs who had been recruited became nothing more than Junko's limbs. Quite literally in some cases. All despair, whether it was their own or anyone else's, was dedicated to Junko Inoshima. Like believers making offerings to their god. Like a mother providing food to her children. They dedicated all despair so they could escape from despair. All in Junko Inoshima's name. For example, they killed their families and friends, and even destroyed their bodies through relentless mutilation. And to hopelessly top it off, they completely believed it was something they had to do. There's no way something that crazy is possible.
what?
Do you know about the final days of the reserve course students during the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy? For final days?
In other words,
Junko has the power to change people's values. This is also true of famous people throughout history. Hey, what do you mean final days? What happened to the reserve department?
of course.
They fulfilled their roles as disposable limbs. They believed in what they needed to do. And so the 2,357 students of the reserve department all committed mass suicide. Mass suicide?
What'd you say?
All 2,357 students? Oops. Well, it wasn't all of them. One person was excluded. One person was excluded, huh? Is that me?
Damn it.
I don't believe it. There's no way I can believe that. Ultimate despair, Junko Enoshima. Heh, it doesn't scare me at all. I mean,
Bastard!
Junko Enoshima is already dead. Huh? So now I can actually tell you the part that I couldn't tell you before, but now I can, is the thing about the reserve corps students all committing mass suicide. Yeah, that happened, and you'll get to see that in the anime. Basically, but how it came to be was Junko uses, there's a character called the Ultimate Animator, which I already told you, the Ultimate Imposter is impersonating during the events of the anime, but the real Ultimate Animator, who's back in his dorm room working on videos, his ability is to basically inflict strong emotions in people through the animations he makes. Junko finds out about this and uses him to create videos that brainwash people. And so she forced him to create a video that brainwashed all the reserve corps students into committing mass suicide. So she used the powers of the Ultimate Animator to force that to happen. And basically all 2,000 and some of them all jumped off of the roof of the school. They all jumped off the roof of the school, and that's how they died. And that is how the incident actually started. And the whole thing was televised, so the whole world saw it. They saw all these students committing mass suicide, and it brought despair upon the world, and things just escalated from there. With Junko using the Ultimate Video Animator's powers to brainwash some of the students that had ultimates, like some of the ultimate students, into becoming her followers, and they used their ultimate powers for evil to bring despair upon the rest of the world. But more about that later. Hey, Fuyuhiko, is it true what you said? Junko Inoshima is really dead?
Huh?
What? You didn't see? There was a book called Manga for Morons, Killing School Life, in that bloody classroom. A bloody classroom? No, wait. What was that you said about the Killing School Life? Like, the killings we were involved in, they were killings that happened at Hope's Peak Academy. As I recall, the mastermind took her own life because the remaining students worked together to defeat her.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. The Killing School Life ended up failing in the end. As a result, the 6 students who survived managed to escape from the academy.
Hey,
For a manga about the Killing School Life, it was drawn with a lot of silly images and dumb gags. According to that, the mastermind behind the failed Killing School Life was Junko Inoshima. Was it really a failure, though? Out of 16... Was it really a failure, though? Out of 16 students, only 5 of them survived. You know? So... I would say... I mean, and Junko got what she wanted in the end, ultimate despair. And the 5 that did survive, basically, yeah, they went on to become part of the Future Foundation, but at what cost? At what cost? Because not only, I mean, you've seen Ultra Despair Girls, or played, I hope, if you're watching this. And although some people say you're supposed to play Ultra Despair Girls after this game, but I don't know. I don't really think it fucking matters. I think it makes more sense if you do it in order. They say things from Ultra Despair Girls spoil stuff in this game, but it really doesn't. It really doesn't, honestly. But anyways, though, the world is shit right now. You know, they didn't really go out to much. The mastermind took her own life, which means Junko Inoshima is dead.
like...
It turns out that Killing School Life was part of that whole biggest, most awful whatever incident. Junko took away the memories of the former students of Hope's Peak Academy and forced them to kill each other. Former students of Hope's Peak Academy, and she took away their memories. That's just like us. Apparently, the whole thing was being filmed by surveillance cameras and broadcast worldwide. There's a limit to being a cruel asshole. The surveillance cameras were broadcasting the whole thing?
So...
The students of Hope's Peak Academy were widely known as Symbols of Hope. By forcing people to watch these Symbols of Hope kill each other for the sake of survival, they were trying to fill everyone who watched the broadcast with despair all at once. That's messed up. But that messed up plan was stopped. Junko Inoshima failed. No, she fucking didn't! The series wouldn't still be going if she failed. They might have beat her at the end, but she still won. The world is dead. The apocalypse happened. She won. And you will understand this when you watch the Danganronpa 3 anime, because at the very end of the Despair arc, the very end of the prequel arc, Junko wins. She wins, and the apocalypse begins. And that's before the events of the first game even take place. She won. She's dead, but she won. And she's still winning. Her followers are still carrying on her work in her name right now. Otherwise, this shit wouldn't be fucking happening. No, she definitely didn't fail. You guys just don't remember what actually happened. Junko lost to the student she placed in her trap, and after being overcome by the despair she created, she took her own life. Yeah, but she still won, though. It's like when someone dies in Call of Duty, but they throw a grenade right before they die, and then the grenade they threw kills the person that killed them from the afterlife. She's still... It's like how Jigsaw dies in the third Saw movie, but yet he planned everything so far ahead that all of his work is continuing for like fucking 14 more movies. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm talking about. Junko is basically Jigsaw in that regard. Like, she knew that even if she died, that her work would continue because she has a cult of followers out there. You know? I mean, just look back at Ultra Despair Girls. That Monica, the little green-haired bitch, fucking did all that shit in the name of Junko. So, no, it's not over. It's far from over. Then Junko is no more. No matter how horrible she was, there's no reason to fear someone who's dead. Whether Monokuma's story is true or not doesn't matter.
Bastard!
Junko Enoshima isn't alive anymore! Then, who's our enemy? If Junko Enoshima's already dead, are the rest of the Ultimate Despairs behind this? Oh boy. Are the followers of Junko carrying out her will? That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, the killings we're involved in resemble that killing school life. Well, I don't know who the hell is imitating Junko and making us go through this, but... An imitation is just that. An imitation!
No shit!
If the students from Hope's Peak Academy stop the real deal, there's no way we'll lose to some fake. But if this is really an imitation, are those surveillance cameras the same too? The cameras all over Jabberwock Island. Are they broadcasting to somewhere just like the surveillance cameras during the killing school life? Man, Hajime, you totally know about that story, huh? What? Do you have a problem with that? Well, I really wanted you to read the manga version since I took the time to draw it.
What are you gonna do?
Oh well, I'll just raise the flag. Flag? What do you mean raise the flag? What's gonna happen if you do that?
Ooh, how
One step at a time.
exciting.
You're getting closer to clearing my character route. You're not making sense again.
Well now.
I'm talking to the audience, not you, you fucking moron. Shut up. Now then, I'll give you guys my all. I'll tell you everything I know, including information on the outside and the inside. Ooh.
Yeah!
I'll raise them flags like crazy! Did I talk to him already? The Killing Skull Life is about how former students of Hope's Peak Academy had their memories taken away and were forced to kill each other. The surveillance cameras throughout the academy were filming it and broadcasting it worldwide. The students of Hope's Peak Academy are widely known as Symbols of Hope. By forcing people to watch these Symbols of Hope kill each other for the sake of survival, they were trying to fill everyone who watched the broadcast with despair all at once. But that messed up plan was a failure. Junko lost to the students of Hope's Peak Academy and took her own life. That's why Junko Enoshima is no longer in this world. No matter how horrible she was, there's no reason to fear someone who's dead. Regardless, this situation that we're in eerily resembles the Killing School Life. I'm assuming that someone is imitating what Junko did. If Junko Enoshima's already dead, are the rest of the Ultimate Despairs behind this? Were they brainwashed by Junko into carrying out her will? I mean, the killings we're involved in resemble that Killing School Life that Junko caused. Yeah, baby, oh yeah. Now to the... Huh? It changed to a different hallway again. It's so sudden. What's going to make something like this happen? What's going on to make something like this happen? No, I've already decided that I'm not going to be surprised. That's right, there's no time for me to be surprised by something like this. What the fuck is this dialogue? Where's the music room? I don't remember. It's been over a year since we played the first game. I think it's this way. Yeah, yes, yep. We spent many a free time in here with different characters like Kyoko and Asahina. This looks like the music room. I feel like I can see something strange. It looks like some sort of monument. Why would there be a monument in a music room? And not just that, the mark engraved in the monument is the symbol of the Future Foundation, right? Below that symbol, there's a short passage engraved. To combat the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy were among the many who established the Future Foundation. Huh? The Future Foundation was established by the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy? Well, aren't they known as World Ender? This is completely different. Monokuma, he completely made it up. What is this? Words are floating in the air. This is like a hologram, right? The floating letters are forming a sentence. It looks like a passage from an email. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have obtained information. A person who claims to be a survivor of Hope's Peak Academy. Upon further investigation, there are a total of 15 survivors. You may be wondering about the number of people at this time. If they're survivors of Hope's Peak Academy, it's possible they may be targeted by ultimate despair. We believe we should acquire them and place them in our care as soon as possible. Though I don't believe the group can go that far without Junko Enoshima rallying them. In a worst-case scenario, we must prevent a repeat of the killing school life. Also, if they are survivors of Hope's Peak Academy, we should expect them to be quite valuable to us. However, we are still investigating the details of their origins, and we haven't located them either. We will continue investigating this matter. Also, regarding a separate matter, we have received a report from the research facility on Jabberwock Island. Preparations have been completed. It seems we can proceed with the experimental phase of the Neo World program. Survivors of Hope's Peak Academy? 15 students? Is that about us? Excluding Chiaki, who was part of the Future Foundation, there were definitely 15 of us, but what does survivors mean? It's like they're talking from some other world. What happened outside Jabberwock Island? If the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is really true, then the world isn't normal anymore, maybe. I'm starting to feel like we might be better off not remembering the memories we've lost. Oh boy, if you only knew! I guess that's all the clues on this room. It's finally confirmed. The Future Foundation is on our side, at least. They were founded by the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy, and they took us in to protect us. But if that's true, Chiaki should have made that clear to us. No, as long as Monokuma was around, she probably couldn't say anything carelessly. Monokuma, if he's the Future Foundation's enemy, then his true identity must be the ultimate despairs who caused the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The ones who are carrying out the will of Junko Enoshima are making us go through this. Also, this caught my attention in the email too. What is this research facility on Jabberwock Island mentioned in the email? What's that about? The only Future Foundation facility we found on that ancient ruin was... the only Future Foundation facility we found was that ancient ruin. There's no way that's the research facility. If there really is a research facility on this island, there should be other Future Foundation members here. Somehow, there are still so many mysteries. And so close to the end. Next, we'll visit the Teacher's Lounge. You're about to get one of the most mind-blowing revelations in the Teacher's Lounge. Well, not a revelation. If anything, it's actually going to give you more questions. But it's a fucking doozy, I'm telling you right now. This feels different from a classroom.
Maybe...
It's probably the office, right? I mean, the room kind of has that stuffy teacher vibe to it. The office, huh? Now that you mention it, it does kind of look like that.
well...
More importantly, have you seen Miss Sonia? I don't see her anywhere. How much longer is this guy gonna be obsessed with Sonia? Give it up already. Let's see here. There's a hidden Monokuma here. Ah, there he is.
Huh? Are you serious?
Dead serious. Deal with it. Alright. Are you ready for this? Oh man, this newspaper, bro, I'm telling you. Ah! Huh? There's something written on the blackboard. What's written here? List of subjects is written on the blackboard in large letters. Just below that are names I've seen before. But first, the newspaper. There's a newspaper posted on the blackboard. Below that, Hiyoko Saionji is written here. What is this newspaper? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What is this? It says Miss Hiyoko Saionji. This can't mean the same Hiyoko, right? I mean the Hiyoko we knew. She was much smaller and looked more childlike. It was pretty much her defining feature. That and her pissy attitude. But the photo in this newspaper, in a way I can see the resemblance to Hiyoko, but her height and figure? It's too different from the Hiyoko we knew. Like she's older or something in the picture. What does this mean?
Huh?
This lady looks pretty mature. Is she Hiyoko's older sister or something? No, it says Hiyoko Saionji here. Oh, then Hiyoko has an older sister with the same first and last name. An older sister with the same first and last name?
I mean...
That's the only explanation, right? I mean, look at it for yourself. That's not Hiyoko. But did you ever hear her mention an older sister?
Man...
Well, it's not like I was that close to her or anything.
Wrong.
She doesn't have an older sister. Hiyoko is the Saionji family's only daughter. If she doesn't have a sister, then a relative? No, there's still too much of a resemblance.
What are you saying?
That's Hiyoko. Huh?
Of course not!
What are you saying? Hiyoko doesn't have a curvy body like this. I mean, she was famous for her childlike figure. She got away with all kinds of crap for looking like that.
Well...
I don't know what to tell you. Maybe she had a growth spurt? What are you saying? She's already dead. There's no way she could have had a growth spurt. Oh, you idiots are so confused. You have no idea what's happening, do you? It's adorable. I love it. Anyways.
Today, I'm feeling white.
Well, regardless, all the clues I've provided are true. If they weren't, it wouldn't be fair.
What's going on?
What the heck? This is the truth? If this is the truth, then the Hiyoko in this newspaper... Is he really saying this is the same person? That's impossible. I mean, how can there be a photo of a grown-up Hiyoko when she's already dead as a child? Why does this even exist?
Hey!
Could it be related to that list of subjects over there? Huh?
This is bad.
If it says subjects, maybe it means there was some kind of experiment, right? Did that experiment change Hiyoko's body? Oh, what am I saying? Just saying it out loud makes it sound messed up. What experiment? If it's some kind of experiment, it would mean that we're also test subjects, right? I mean, our names are also written on the blackboard under that list of subjects. But what kind of experiment was it?
What's going on?
What's going on? You better not have anything to do with time travel. I mean, it's Danganronpa. It could be anything. Any fucking convoluted explanation you could think of is probably right, honestly. It is, after all, Danganronpa. What's this? An extremely overwhelming portrait is hanging on the wall. I feel like I've seen it before, but the name etched into the placard says, Hope's Peak Academy founder, Izuru Kamakura? The founder of Hope Speak Academy? And this name, Izuru Kamakura. Doesn't this clearly contradict the information I obtained earlier? Damn it, another mystery. Another hologram. There are letters floating in the air, like the music room from earlier. Looks like a passage from an email someone wrote. I think it's the same one from earlier. I guess I should read it. We understand this matter regarding the survivors. In order to safely acquire them, please do your best and continue your investigation. However, you must exercise extreme caution concerning the remnants of despair. Even though they have lost Junko Inoshima, the fact remains that they themselves are incredibly dangerous. Even after her death, the tragedy has not ended. Perhaps there is still a leader on par with Junko Inoshima. As long as we do nothing about the remnants of despair, we will not be able to end this incident. For this reason, the remnants of despair must be immediately eliminated once they are discovered. Everything is for the sake of a shining future. Immediately eliminated? Does that mean this is an order to kill them? That doesn't sound peaceful at all. Well, I mean, I guess that's understandable. If the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is as terrible as it sounds, it's pretty much all-out war. Oh, it is. It's definitely war out there. If the remnants of despair are the ones waging that war, there's no way they'd be forgiven that easily. Remnants of the blah 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 had Okay, with this you've totally raised all the flags on this floor. Congratulations, Hajime! You shall now go on to the next stage. Next stage? He means another floor with new, things. Damn it, not again! This hallway is different from the last time. I guess when that flag Monokuma mentioned raised, it moved to a different hallway than the last. Yeah, it's a video game development term. The flag, they mean, is basically, in a video game, when developers make video games, they put these hidden flags in them. And basically when the player crosses a certain threshold or accomplishes a certain goal in the game, it triggers that flag to raise and then unlock the next area that they're able to go to as part of the progress. You know, the term comes from the old Super Mario Brothers games where you would literally like jump onto the flagpole and raise the flag to finish the level and move on to the next level. A little bit of fun stuff for you there. Trivia. But how can he do that? No, now's not the time to be confused by that. Thinking about it is just going to waste my energy. Although, normally all the fourth wall breaking shit Monokuma does is generally just like for laughs and throwaway gags, but in this game in particular, it's actually kind of important. Alright. We have to go to the rec room first, which is the place where, Sakura committed suicide by drinking poison, if you remember. There's a billiard table, a dartboard, and a shelf lined with magazines. It's hard to think a room like this actually exists inside a school. It's a file with Hope Speak Academy's seal on it. It says confidential. That means this is a big secret, right? Why would an important document be here? Why am I even asking a question like that? Obviously Monokuma's responsible. Anyway, I need to confirm what's inside the file. About the Hope Cultivation Plan. For many years, Hope Speak Academy has conducted rigorous research into various talents. The Hope Cultivation Plan seeks to use the fruits of our labor to further our true goal. With our hands, we will birth a true hope that will bring hope to the entire world. Truly, the program is the next innovation in providing the ultimate education. This plan has been the Academy's wish since its foundation, so we must succeed at all costs. What followed was a series of detailed instructions and intricate orders. It was full of difficult technical terms, and I had no idea what any of them meant. However, the word true hope left a strong impression on my mind for some reason. The Hope Cultivation Plan was created for the sake of birthing true hope. Hope's Peak Academy was behind something like that? I don't really get it, but there's something about these words. True hope, huh? Oh look, more email. This hologram again. What's this one say? It looks like another email passage. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have finally succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. Though they were all dispersed, we were successful in acquiring all 15 of them. Due to the fact that we are unable to ask them about specific details, it is unknown how they managed to survive the tragedy. It's been reported that some are wounded, so it seems certain that they survived under harsh conditions. Over the course of our detailed investigation, we determined that they are the same age as the others, so we have decided to entrust them to the survivors of the killing school life. As for the remnants of despair, there are still no solid leads regarding this matter, and we have no new information to report. We will continue with the investigation. Once they are discovered, we shall eliminate them immediately. This, I just realized too, that some of what this email is saying right now is actually important to the future arc part of the Danganronpa 3 anime. There are more Ultimates out there that you haven't met yet, as far as this series is concerned, and some of them will be revealed in that part of the story. Anyways, continue with the investigation, discovered, eliminate immediately. Okay. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. It says here that they succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. That means we should have been protected by the Future Foundation, right? Then why is this happening? If the Future Foundation was protecting us, why were we forced to kill each other on this island? Well, I guess it's not possible that the Future Foundation set this all up.
What's this?
My, Hajime. If you keep worrying like that, you're gonna get a toothache and collapse.
It's your fault! What is this hologram thing anyway?
Hey,
It's exactly what it looks like. They're the Future Foundation's emails. I thought they made the perfect clue, so I did a little bit of hacking here and there to get them.
You can do even that? Who's controlling you? Whoever's controlling you seems to possess many talents.
no.
Well, who cares about me anyway? That's not important at all.
There's no way that's not important. His true identity should connect everything to what's happening right now. Oh boy. Oh man. So much I want to say, but I can't yet. God damn it. These last class trials are gonna fucking blow your mind. Looks like I'm in a different hallway again. I'm pretty much used to it by now, but even so. Well, what is this space? Am I dreaming or something? I mean, this is just totally disconnected from reality. And also, everything's upside fucking down. Everything's upside... And it's glitching? Like, visually glitching still? What could all of this possibly mean? Could these visual glitches that we're seeing and these floating holograms and shit have anything to do with the so-called Neo-World program we read about earlier? Food for thought. This must be a library. Monokuma probably left something here too. I should hurry up and find it. I know, it's hard to trust any clues that I specifically give you, isn't it? Because sometimes I intentionally mislead you guys, and sometimes I tell you shit that's straight up the answer. And you never know which is true and which isn't until we get there. And yes, I am doing it to mess with you. And yes, I do get some kind of sick, twisted pleasure out of it. Oh, fuck. Okay, anyways. This hologram again. It must be another one of the Future Foundation's emails. I should read it. There's no doubt that it's another clue. To Future Foundation 14th Division, Makoto Naegi. Where are you guys? What are you doing right now? What you're doing is a serious act of treason, do you understand? Why are you protecting the remnants of despair? It should be abundantly clear to you how dangerous it is to keep these people alive. Stay calm and think about this carefully. You guys are being lied to. Think carefully about what's important to bring the light of hope to the world. The 6 of you joined the Future Foundation because you agreed with our ideals, right? The Future Foundation rescued you from the tragedy. You survived and cooperated with recovering your memories. Immediately return the remnants of despair to our headquarters. Unless we eliminate them, the tragedy will never end. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. What does this mean? This email suggests that someone was trying to let the remnants of despair escape. This email is addressed to Makoto Naegi. But he's with the Future Foundation, right? Then why was he trying to protect the remnants of despair? Did Makoto betray the Future Foundation? Oh, it just keeps getting spicier and spicier! Oh, yes, you love it. You love it so much. That's why you're watching it. Remnants of despair. Yes, I know. Could Makoto have possibly turned heel and become a bad guy? What does it all mean? Classroom... Where's Classroom 2B? 2B or not 2B? Oh, there you are. What the fuck just happened there? Oh, now we're in the laundry room. Okay, why not? Huh? Didn't I walk into a classroom? I don't really get it, but, this looks like the laundry room. Well, there's no use worrying about it. I was in a school, and now I'm suddenly in a laundry room. It is what it is.
No.
Tablet PC. What secrets do you hold? This looks like a tablet computer. It looks like the power is on, too. Is this the next clue? I picked up the tablet and immediately started examining it. Neo World program? This world, Neo World. This word, Neo World. I seem to recall hearing it and seeing it a few times already. The Neo World program has another name. Psychotherapeutic Communication Simulator. The Neo World program is built with the most recent psychotherapy technology and administrative software. To develop the Neo World program, individuals such as the Ultimate Programmer, the Ultimate Neurologist, and the Ultimate Therapist were among the many talented people whose research results were utilized. By mounting a device to the cranium, the Neo World program allows its subjects to experience a synthetic virtual world. Additionally, the Neo World program has another feature. It can replace memories formed in the real world with information contained in the synthetic virtual world. Therefore, it is possible to undo trauma sustained in the real world through the use of the virtual world. However, this device is for psychotherapeutic purposes only. Any other use is expressly forbidden. Though it is highly effective in treating brainwashing, abusing the device risks total personality destruction. Thus, extreme care must be exercised when operating this program. And there you have the most important clue as to what's actually going on here. I'm not going to tell you what that means yet, though. You'll find out soon enough. But if you can't figure it out from there, then just wait, and the game will eventually tell you. Slowly, everything around me turned black. Synthetic virtual world? Program? A feeling of emptiness, like everything is being tainted. A feeling of weakness, like the world is collapsing beneath my feet. Everything is starting to feel meaningless. The desperate attempts, the sad goodbyes, the conflicts, the trust I felt until now. It's all disappearing. Until all I feel is Despair. Ah! I screamed loudly as if I was confirming the sound of my own voice. There's no way I can accept this. I am starting to accept that there's no way something as crazy as this actually exists.
Nice!
You gotta raise the flags more in order to clear my character out. Now then, despair is waiting for you.
Impossible. This is impossible. It's all made up. Everything, it's all made up. Made up? Including me too? Ha! Oh man, if only they knew how much they just foreshadowed the third game in the series with that line. Oh my god. Anyways though, that's I'm gonna zip my lips on that for now.
Hiya!
Hey, how are you doing? Did you enjoy the killing school trip? By the way, do you guys remember the speech I made at the beginning? From this point on, I promise you a world that truly deserves to be called a game. You guys are the only ones watching who can save them. The end of the world is night. What's gonna do? What's gonna happen? Isn't it exciting? Isn't it the heart throbbing? Look forward to it.
This hallway. When we first arrived here, I walked down this hallway from the classroom to get to the gym. I don't really see a resemblance, but... Holy shit! We're in the fucking Matrix! Oh my god, that is visually nightmarish. That's actually almost a little hard to look at, if I'm being honest. What the actual fuck? Okay. What in the actual... Hey, it's the monolith from Space Odyssey. Is this floating? There's no way something this big would be floating like this. You know, like the pool table I saw floating earlier. But what in the world is it? And the moment I looked at that object... Hello, Hal. I'm sorry I can't let you do that.
Welcome. Welcome to the Neo World program.
A person? A floating person is talking to me? Who is it? No, is this even a person in the first place?
I'm not quite a person. I'm simply an artificial intelligence program. It would make me happy if you called me Alter Ego. That is the name my master gave me when he created me.
It can talk. But what are you? Alter Ego? Artificial intelligence program?
I am the master program behind the Neo World program. I'm responsible for creating and overseeing this world. However, only the observer has the authority to directly influence you guys. I can't actually exert much influence. In fact, my existence is one that you don't normally meet. I'm sort of like an apartment manager or something. I may oversee the entire apartment building, but I lack the power to manage individual rooms. But the virus has infected everything I'm supposed to be managing. And because of that, this world I'm managing is acting very peculiar.
Hold on. My brain can't follow what you're saying. Let me gather my thoughts first. Damn it. It's that feeling from earlier again. This floating like my feet are hovering above the door. It's like I can't feel my feet or the ground. Like I can't even believe my own existence. Hey, you should know, right? Where is this place? Tell me, what is the Neo World program?
The Neo World program has omitted the data collection procedure for shaping the entire world. As such, only the data we collected during the experimental stage is being utilized. Specifically, that means the data detailing Jabberwock Island, where this research facility is located. That is why the previous Jabberwock Island cityscape was restored. Ergo, if I am to answer your question, where is this place? The answer would be mostly Jabberwock Island. Certain portions of it are different depending on the circumstances. For example, the school you're in. It appears this space is entirely under the virus's influence. That's probably why I'm appearing before you too. However, even without the virus, these circumstances are a bit unnatural. It seems the launch was rushed, and because of that, there wasn't enough time to collect any data. I'm so sorry. I don't really know the circumstances of the outside world. After all, I'm simply the overseer of the Neo World program.
Most of its words, I understood what they meant, but I couldn't understand what was being said. There was no way for me to acknowledge it as the truth. It would make much more sense if this was a fictional world. Wait, are you saying this world is a fictional world? And I am just a fictional world, in a fictional world. I feel like I can't believe what's going on here. This missing sense of reality. All the mysteries, all the truths, they're all just fiction. Is that? Even so, I need to know. I need to know what this world is. Hey, can you tell me? Hey, can you tell me? What was the Neo World program used for in the first place?
The Neo World program serves only one purpose. It is used to make the real world a splendid one. I guess you can say it's a program for creating hope.
A program for creating hope? But the fact that we're here and the fact that we don't have our memories, that's all the program's fault, right?
Deleting memory is the first step toward replacing memory. Replacing memory data is one of the features of the Neo World program. With the installed memory control unit, it is possible to remove any time period you set it to. And from there, you upload the memories obtained in the virtual world.
Removing memories of any time period you set it to? So Monokuma was right. We did lose our school memories. But why? Why us? Why were our school memories taken away? There's a reason for that, right?
That is a mystery to me, too. Booting the program on the Survivors of Hope Speak Academy while it's still in its experimental stage, I'm sure there was a very good reason. But unfortunately, I don't know what's happening in the outside world. I'm sorry.
Are you saying we're lab rats? That's the only thing I can think of. It sounds like we're just lab rats. The Future Foundation did that to us? But they're trying to save the world, right? Or is the Future Foundation not our ally?
I'm sorry. I can't provide that much help. If only I was more reliable, I wouldn't have lost my authority to a virus like this.
All these new words make my head feel like it's about to burst. Can you tell me more about the Observer and that virus?
Well, for this session, the Neo World program was programmed to house 15 people along with 2 monitors.
2 monitors?
Yeah, they were disguised as a teacher and one of the students. They were intended to guide the participants in this way. By the way, the Observer in the teacher role has been given the authority to influence you all. But the Observer in the student role was not. They weren't given any special authority at all, so they'd seem the same as everyone else.
What kind of authority does the teacher role have?
As an example, the teacher creates the rules of this world and manages them. If the teacher is properly managing the rules they've created, there is no risk of abuse. But because of the virus infecting everything, that has changed. It changed this world, where violence shouldn't have existed in the first place. The Neo World program would have promised eternal peace. But just like the outside world, it's become a world filled with violence and death.
What is that virus?
I don't really know the details behind its true identity, but that function is beyond my capability. No matter how much I try to stop it, it behaves as if it already knows what I'm attempting to do. In the end, it stole the portion of my abilities which contain my authority to build the world. It was like it was a grandmaster chess player. I desperately tried to fight back so it wouldn't have complete control. But even so, a portion of the world has been
Maroc and the Funhouse. Based on what she's saying, it sounds like she's on the receiving end of a one-sided attack. But Alter Ego should be an impressive artificial intelligence that the Future Foundation created. Actually, it was created by the ultimate programmer, oh fuck, what was their name again? Chihiro? Yeah, Chihiro, right? Yeah, Chihiro. I can tell that just by communicating with her. Which means this supposed virus is so smart that it surpasses Alter Ego? If so, does that virus possess an artificial intelligence just like her? Just like the ones that were inside Shirokuma and Kurokuma in Ultra Despair Girls? Maybe? Damn it, what the heck? An artificial intelligence waging an attack against another one? That's so freaking irritating. But how did that virus infect the Neo World program?
The Neo World program exists in isolation. It's impossible it was infected through a network. I'm fairly certain someone physically uploaded it.
Physically?
Perhaps someone secretly brought an external memory drive containing the virus into the facility and directly uploaded it into the main computer where the Neo World program is installed. Based on my calculations, that's most likely what happened.
It was brought to the Future Foundation's facility? But the only person who could enter that facility is someone who was a member of the Future Foundation. Damn it, what am I thinking? Why am I assuming that what I just heard is the truth? Why am I assuming that everything is a lie? Neo World Program.
But it's true that the virus is powerful and that I'm completely overwhelmed by it. But I'm still able to defend the essential areas. So it has a limit too.
A limit?
If it took over an observer, then it has to follow the rules of an observer. Such as, in order to end the program and release everyone, it needs to follow the correct procedure and...
Hey!
Okay,
Come on now!
even if you're just a god in the machine, that's enough hints from you.
How strange.
If you're gonna say something more... Suppose that you exist between life and death. The death of yourself is inevitable. If so, it can be parallel to... the defluctuation based on the definition of existence that constitutes the time relationship. From there, the paradigm... change results by being cut off rapidly and causes a situation where your own existence is unobservable and... accelerates and crosses with the joint ownership of the world, and the situation from the context invites your... Hey! What the heck? What just happened? You're right there, aren't you? Someone is right there, right? Huh? Who are you? Are you different from the earlier one? Maybe he can't hear my voice from this side? I'm currently talking to the world through Alter Ego. Ever since you guys vanished into that space, the video's feedback has been pretty distorted. But even so, we were forced to watch you this entire time. Huh? The things you guys were forced to do, we were forced to watch it. Forced to watch us? I really want to save you right away, but because of the virus's interference, I couldn't. Our orders are no longer being accepted, including shutdown requests. The Neo World program is beyond our control now. In that world, the person created an independent country that doesn't accept outside interference. But Alter Ego created an opportunity for me to speak to you directly. If this means that it's working, then it means that the person I need to talk to is right there. I hope. It looks like this guy can't even hear me or see me. He just hopes I'm here. Just who is this guy anyway? Is he our ally? Since there's no time, I'm going to say what I need to say, and I believe you're there listening to me. But first, I should apologize to everyone. I know apologizing won't help, but we didn't imagine something like this would happen. We never expected such an atrocious virus was lurking inside the Neo World program. But that's entirely our fault. It's our responsibility for not realizing it until it was too late. But it's not just the virus either. I can't say for sure, but that the program didn't have any problems in the first place. To tell you the truth, I was unsure about whether or not to run the program on you guys. But this was the only way to save. I wanted to save you guys. Save us? What did he want to save us from? Why would this save us? You've already seen the password to enter the graduation exam ground, right? You know, 11037. 11037, that's the number we found at Nezumi Castle. The door to the ancient ruin was supposed to open after you all finished gathering the hope fragments. From there, you guys were supposed to challenge the graduation exam. However, I prepared that password just in case something went wrong. Like I said earlier, I had my doubts that this program was perfect. Even if the chance was slim, I thought the observer might end up going rogue. That's the reason I left that 11037 password in a place where the teacher role would not be able to go. I never thought Nagido, who saw it first, would erase that password. Anyway, I'm the person who set the password to that number. That number contains a secret. Someone close to me left that number to save me when I was in a dilemma. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? I'm entrusting that will to you all. I've entrusted it to your future. But that person is trying to abuse the graduation exam. I'm sure they are going to crush you with despair using the graduation exam that's waiting for you. But I want you guys to endure it without giving up on hope. I want you guys to withstand it until I get there. Because I have a secret to defeat them. Does that mean he has a secret plan to defeat Monokuma? In a worst-case scenario where an observer who has the role of teacher goes rogue, I've prepared a hidden command to use at the graduation exam site. It's the forced shutdown sequence. Forced shutdown sequence? Even a teacher's authority can't stop that command. It's a way to end this that you guys can choose on your own, independently of the observer. Which means even if they stole the teacher's authority, they shouldn't be able to stop it. If you use that, you guys will win. However, in order to start the forced shutdown sequence, you need more than half the number of people. And in order to do that, I need to somehow get that number. And... Huh?
Say what?
What was that just now? Hey, Hajime! What was that weirdness just now?
Nothing, really.
I see.
Anyway,
Oh well, anyway, that's all the hints you're gonna get. if that no-good artificial intelligence tells you any more useless stuff. I'm gonna butt in again.
Did Monokuma not notice what just happened?
It's been a while since I've spoken at length, but it was important to talk to you. It was worth waiting a long time here.
Hey, about that guy just now.
There shouldn't be anything else for you to ask me.
I see. It'd be bad if Monokuma overheard us. That means Monokuma doesn't know about the conversation I had with that guy just now.
You guys have a weapon, a very powerful weapon. It all depends on how you use that weapon. The only thing I can do is prevent the virus's invasion with all my might, so you guys can use that weapon. The rest is up to you all. Do your best.
Do our best, huh? But what do we have to do our best at? The mystery is getting solved. I'm finally starting to see the truth. But what are we supposed to do when that truth is really a lie? We know we're working towards a conclusion that nobody wants to hear. But still, do we really need to work hard and do our best? Is there really a reason to do our best? If everything was a lie, then isn't everything just meaningless? It's the same for the killings, too. Even though we had to experience something as painful as that, something as tragic as that, wouldn't all that be meaningless, too? When the world is flipped over and becomes so irrational, what am I supposed to do? Well, I think that's pretty much it for the investigation. Yep.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's time for the long-awaited graduation exam. Please enter the red door located on the first floor of Hope Speak Academy. See you soon.
A red door, huh? It's just a waste of time thinking about what this all means right now. For now, I need to finish this. I just need to focus on that. Well, we know the red door they're talking about, don't we? Yes, it's that same boss door we had to go to every time there was a class trial in the first game. The red door of death. The red door of doom. He means this red door, right? Do I just have to go in here? If I do that, will this be finished? Whoa! Trippy! Get your bongs out now, ladies and gentlemen. This is the... Woof! Alright, here it comes. Here we go now. Huh? This place?
Yo,
Looks like everyone's here.
Damn right.
It seems that this is going to be the final place.
However,
However, this place is...
Is this a trial field? But why is it a trial field? It sure looks like a trial ground, but the vibe is way different than the one from before.
We've been here before, right?
Yeah, this should be the place that the door at the ancient ruins leads to.
Hey,
Huh. It seems pretty strange that we've been in that other building up till now.
damn it.
It's like we're dreaming or something. If this is a dream, then this, too, is very...
welcome!
So you finally arrived! Congratulations! You guys are the first ones to ever beat this game. After stopping by Hopespeak Academy, you finally come back to this place. To the graduation exam site within the ancient ruins of Jabberwock Island.
You.
You can give it a fancy name like graduation exam site, but it's no different than the trial ground from before.
Stupid fool.
Phew.
This trial field actually inspired the one from before, so in a way, this place is the original.
Hey, hey.
Who cares? This graduation exam means we can finally go home, right?
Of course.
Of course, if that's what you guys decide.
Huh?
And if we have to decide, what do we have to do?
Now then.
Ahem. Please take a look at the LCD touch panel built into your seats. Compared to the other trials, the rules are much simpler this time.
Yes, indeed.
There are two options, graduate and repeat, right? You just have to choose one of them and press it. All of you will cast your vote, and whichever one has the majority will be considered your final decision. If you don't press either of them, it will be treated as an absence and will not be counted.
In other words,
Which means everyone who has died up till now will have their votes treated as absences.
Then,
Then the result is based on our majority vote. Ahem. If graduate is chosen by a majority vote. From there, an event that's kind of like a graduation ceremony called the graduation program will begin.
Even if we do the stupid majority vote, the result is already pretty damn obvious. Come on, let's move this along. We can press it now, right?
no, no, no.
No, you can't do that yet. I mean, your resolve hasn't formed yet, right? Your will to be swept away by society's harsh current.
Shut up! Shut up!
Shut up! Who the hell cares? I'm gonna press it.
What's this?
My. Which of your orifices are you using to spew bile? To participate in the graduation program, you need my final say as your teacher, you know?
What does that mean? It won't end with just a majority vote?
That's right.
After the vote, I'm going to judge every single one of you to see if it's okay for you to graduate or not.
Damn it!
So even if we vote, you're saying we won't graduate unless you acknowledge it?
Well...
I'm terribly sorry for being rude earlier.
No way.
But you don't have to worry. There's no way I won't acknowledge your graduations. This is merely a formality. I'm just doing it because that's how it has to be.
He's doing it because it's how it has to be? It doesn't mean he can exert his will over everything. He too has a limit. This is what Alter Ego was talking about.
Anyway,
Anyway, even if you don't want to do it, you guys still need to do it to solve the mystery. Afterward, you cast your majority votes, and from there, we move on to the graduation program.
But why do we even have to go through something so dumb?
Well, that is...
You said you were waiting for the main cast, right?
Huh?
Which means you're just stalling for time, then.
Who's the main cast? Oh, no need to worry about it. It has nothing to do with you guys.
that is...
There is no way it has nothing to do with us. We are the only ones who are involved, you know?
so annoying.
It doesn't matter if you're involved or not. You're just a bunch of chumps in the big picture. That's why it has nothing to do with you. You just perform your roles without complaining.
You pissed me off.
Hold on. What's with that chump comment?
I can't ignore that.
Not that it's important or anything, but make sure you turn off that toy.
I won't forgive
How
you.
dare you treat him like a toy?
What's this?
I did treat it like a toy. You got a problem with that? I created everything. You're actually picking a fight with me? I'm basically a god. Just how promising can you guys be? I guess this is just the nature of life. Fine then. Before you die, sear my power into your memories.
Well, I guess that's it for now. Actually, it is. Yeah, that's the end of the Investor Magation. And the next episode will begin the final class trial. At least the first half of it, anyway. And then, oh boy howdy, it's gonna be a long one, so we're gonna have to split it into 2 episodes, even without the intermission. There's no intermission in the last one, but it's gonna be long regardless. Just like the first one, this is where the final boss battle takes place and where all of the plot twists finally reveal themselves in one big, huge 2.5 goddamn hour exposition dump. So I hope you're ready, buckle in, because we're in for a ride! Anyways, though, that'll be it for this episode. Let me know your thoughts so far down below. If you enjoyed the video, remember to smash that like button. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. And I will catch you possibly in another day, definitely at another time, and likely in another video. Okay, goodbye.